I'm Christian Staples with Arctic Spas. What do you do if you see dashes on the top side display? This means that the processor card needs to be replaced. The processor card is the brains on the motherboard. These are super easy to replace. First, you need to determine which processor card is required. This is easy just by looking at the top side display. If you have the black top side, this is for spas built in 2020 or newer, and you will need the 2020 Plus Linux processor card. If it is the snowy background with a polar bear, this is the 2019 or older, just the regular processor card. Once you have the processor card, the swap out is easy. Turn the power off to the spa, find the Eco Pack, which is generally under the top side control panel, open it up by removing the 4 screws. You'll find the processor card on the right-hand side. If you have an Ethernet cable plugged in, you'll need to remove this. There is one little screw that holds the processor card onto the motherboard that will need to be removed. You'll want to carefully remove the old processor card by pulling it straight out. To install the new processor card, you must line up all the little pins in the back and push it straight in. It is very easy to bend these pins or not have all of them go into the receptacles, so pay attention to the installation. Then reinstall the screw to hold it in place. You'll now need to turn the spa back on. It will take a minute or so to boot back up. Once the temperature is displayed, you must tell the spa what options you have installed. We call this low-level programming. To access low-level programming, you'll hold down the filtration button. It will then say Set, S-E-T-T. Keep holding it down until it says LLP, which stands for low-level programming. There will be a few options to go through. You change the options with the arrows, and you move to the next option when you press the filtration button. Also, some of these options are not available on the pre-2020 versions. Here are the settings. PN, pump number. You'll want to use the arrows to indicate how many pumps you have. This will be a number between 1 and 5. BL, blower. 1 means you have a blower and 0 means you do not. If you do not know if you have a blower, then you probably do not. Just set it to 0. Most people will have this set to 0. O3, ozone. 0 if you don't have ozone, 1 if you have peak 1, and 2 if you have peak 2. Most people will either be at 0 or 1. ON, Onsen. This is our manual saltwater system. This is not Spa Boy, which is the upgraded automatic version where you can see your pH and sanitizer on the app. Most people will have Spa Boy and not Onsen, so this will most likely be 0. If you can see a Spa Boy page in the app, then this needs to be set to 0 since you do not have the manual version called Onsen. FS, filtration suspend. Make sure this is set to 0. IPDY, IP dynamic. You'll want to do nothing with this setting. IP0, IP address. This shows the IP address, which will likely be 0. Just leave it. BS, breaker setting. This is the size of your breaker. It is usually set to 60, but you can change it to a lower setting if you have a smaller breaker such as 50 or 40. FL, flashing lights. This needs to be set to 0. FG, fogger. If you have the Skyfall fogger installed, change it to 1. Otherwise, leave it at 0. SB, Spa Boy. If you have the Spa Boy automated saltwater system, change this option to 1. Otherwise, leave it at 0. Press the filtration cycle button again to log out back to the temperature. If this doesn't log you out, just leave it and it will log you out automatically and bring the display back to the temperature. The next step will be to upgrade your online profile to register the spa. You'll need to log into ArcticSpaStore.com, click on Profile, and then remove a spa. Next, you'll need to register your spa. If you have a spa that is 2020 or newer, click on the Register button near the top of the page. If you have a 2019 or earlier, follow the instructions and click on Search. That should do it. You have successfully solved the issue. For more help, check out our support page at ArcticSpaStore.com/support or send us an email at support@ArcticSpaStore.com. For everything you need for your Arctic Spa with the convenience of free home delivery, check out our online store at ArcticSpaStore.com.